The small village of Umm Al-Rassass is located 32 kilometers southeast from the city of Madaba and 34 kilometers to the east of the north-south oriented Dead Sea Transform Fault Zone. The Great Rift Valley, also known as the Jordan Valley. The site covers 2 square kilometers and is situated in an area where the climate is comprised of two main seasons: very sunny, dry, hot summers and cold, rainy winters. The first explorer of Umm Al-Rassass was Umm who recorded the site in 1807 AD. Then came Buckingham in 1816, and in 1948 Father Bagari made a schematic plan of the ruins, focusing on the buildings with apses, which he identified as churches. The discovery of the mosaic pavement of the site was the accomplishment of a joint effort between the Department of Antiquities and the Franciscan Archaeological Institute in 1986. Civilization at Umm Al-Rassass dates back to when the old name Mayfa'a is mentioned in the Old Testament of the Bible. Mifath is also listed among the localities of the high plateau of Moab, along with Madaba, Nebo, Ma'in, Diban, and Beit Jamul. Mayfa'a and Mifath have both been identified as Umm Al-Rassass. In the Roman source Eusebius, he states that a unit of the Roman army was stationed on the edge of the desert at Mayfa'a. In the beginning, the city was a castrum, which is a military fort for the Roman army, and was used as an observation city or a military station against their enemies and the roaming Bedouins. At that time, churches were built inside the castrum and around it. St. Sergius Church, Priest Weil Church, and the Adicula Church are just a few examples. There is also a wine press. The most significant feature at Umm Al-Rassass is the tower, located about 1,500 meters north of the St. Stephen's complex. Most of the explorers that visited the site considered it to be a military watchtower. However, others have thought it might have served as a platform for stylist monks. Close to the tower is a chapel, cisterns, and a water system to harvest water. The inscriptions and mosaics of the site can tell how the city flourished through time. The geographical location of Umm Al-Rassass assisted its development as a caravan station on the trade route and also as a preaching center for Christianity. The various churches in the city and the mosaics indicate that this area was a type of religious base, or what is known as the Christians of Lahut University. Hence, this makes it very clear that due to the availability of the multi-churches, it became a regional hub for Christian worship and a preaching center in the 6th and 8th centuries AD as the Vatican's entry to the ancient Near East. During the Umayyad and Abbasid periods in the 7th and 8th century, respectively, churches continued to be built, especially the Lion's Church. However, the Lion Church was one of the churches destroyed in 747 AD when the largest ever Levant earthquake hit, and many cities of the area were destroyed and abandoned. During the Abbasid period, in 786, Al-Rassass went through a period of restoration and reconstruction. The most important evidence of this restoration is in the Church of St. Stephen's, where the inscription and the mosaic pavement in the church show that the city of Al-Rassass was one of the important cities in the West Bank, East Bank, and Delta region. Al-Rassass did not maintain its importance for a long time, and there are several reasons for its abandonment, which are: the trade route broke down between the Levant and Egypt due to the following factors, thus weakening Al-Rassass: the Crusader invasion of the area, frequent earthquakes in the period between the 12th and 13th centuries, a negative change in the climate pattern, the scarcity of rainfall. All of these reasons led to the movement of the city's population to Jerusalem or Husban. UNESCO inscribed the city of Al-Rassass as the third World Heritage Site of Jordan in 2004. The criteria for inscription are as follows. The site is a masterpiece of human creative genius, given the artistic and technical qualities of the mosaic floor of St. Stephen's Church. A unique, stylized tower. Currently, the site is undergoing many research, conservation, consolidation, development, presentation, and marketing projects. The Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities and the Department of Antiquities have built a visitor center, which includes tourist facilities, a multi-purpose hall, and other facilities. A trail was also constructed inside the site for tourists to walk along. One of the most important projects was to build a shelter to cover the mosaic pavement in the Church of St. Stephen's, which was done in cooperation with the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities, the Department of Antiquities, and funded by the European Commission. What we hope for in the future is to attract more research funding and study projects to the site of Umm Al-Rassass, and as a result of this work to attract more tourists to it.